When visiting my parents in Darwin recently, me dad and me uncle decided to have a quick fish out at Mandurah with an old friend to see if we could pull in some salmon. Spoiler alert, I pulled in a big shark thing instead. Me uncle, and my dad headed out to Mandurah to catch up with an old mate. Once there, we wasted no time rigging up before heading out to catch some live bait. But as we are very inexperienced with cast nets, old mate Ted gave us a few lessons.
It was funny. Oh no!
We got a few good throws in, but I'll admit, we still needed a fair bit more practice. But what are you gonna do?
Good. Hey!
That's pretty good. See, I didn't try too hard.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I didn't catch any live bait.
That's not bad.
A few more minutes of practice, then it's time to hit the creek mouth. Using live bait is something I typically avoid as I struggle with the efficacy of it. However, without it, you do limit yourself quite a bit. I used dead bait for my line, but we did have some live bait in the water for sure. The raptors were watching us closely, hoping for a free meal as we spread along the creek during the incoming tide. Even when targeting small baitfish, you can occasionally pull in something decent enough to eat with the net alone. Old mate Ted reckons he has caught a few barramundi in the net before, but today he is happy enough with sea mullet. We will cook these guys up for dinner if we don't catch any salmon, but we do have to watch out for the kites because they are always looking for an easy meal. Once all the lines are in, there is nothing to do but kick back with a beer and play the waiting game. Also the watch a tourist battle through our lines game.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
An hour or so later, I got a bite, and boy was it a big one. Quite a few minutes passed and we realised it was probably not a salmon, but a shark. 30 odd minutes later, the fins confirmed our fears. Indeed, I had snagged a shark. After a long battle trying not to break the line, we got him close enough to attempt pulling him ashore to remove the hook. But every time he felt a hand or sand, he went into panic mode and shot back out to sea. It's important for conservation that we do get the hook and line out of the fish, so although the sun was setting and the battle had raged for almost an hour, I pushed on regardless and finally wore him out enough to pull him ashore. Looks like I caught what the locals call a shovel-nosed shark. However, I think it's more commonly referred to as a guitarfish. This is either a giant guitarfish, though not a very giant one, or a white-spotted guitarfish, again quite small. It was hard to tell. Regardless, according to an article by the ABC, the guitarfish is one of the most threatened fish due to it being extensively fished to make shark fin soup. Apparently, a single kilogram of dried guitarfish fins can sell for up to $1,000. Of course, we let him go. In fact, the only reason we beached him in the first place was to remove the hook and line, which he conveniently spat almost immediately.
I want to get a photo with you here.
Sadly, we didn't catch anything else, and as the day was coming to an end, we let the remainder of the bait fish go free.
See you later, dudes.
It was a short and rather fruitless adventure, but still, I managed to catch my biggest fish to date. We learned a lot and had a lot of fun too. And at the end of the day, isn't that what fishing is all about?
Don't have to worry about much in the NT. Just box jellyfish, crocodiles, sharks, conefish, stonefish. You know, the usual. What do you think?
I think it's really fun.
later on we'll be doing a little bit of swimming. There's a little bit of backstroke. We want the sun to cover down on top of us.
Yeah, get that front tan.
Yeah, that's right. Because crocodiles and that, they don't like it when you're swimming on backstroke.
They don't like to see your
They want
bum.
no, that's right. They want to see your face.
Your bare buttocks
Yeah,
scares
so
them.
don't show crocs your face. You're okay.
That's right.